to Chewgle. I'm the founder and author, and I started this domain in order to help people experience healthy living through healthy diet. Sometimes this may even include a change in lifestyle. Sometimes a lot of people look to diet plans and different things like that. They're overweight or even underweight. Some people are underweight and have to eat more. When I was younger, I was one of those people. And I had to eat a lot, over 3,000 calories a day. A lot of people would be sitting there going, wow, I'd love to do that, But, through middle age, my body changed a bit, and I don't require that much anymore. And I've learned to eat the right things, and so that I can enjoy a healthy lifestyle and still have energy as a senior. And I'm 61 years old now, and I still work a physical job during the day, even though I work at home part-time. And hopefully, as I do more, I'll be able to migrate into working at home full-time and bringing more valuable information on these things. I'm somebody that several years ago, as I was entering middle age, I noticed a difference in my body, and I didn't have the energy I once did. I turned to supplements. A lot of people started taking supplements before, we really had, food that was called organic and things like that. So, I was one of those people, and it made a difference. Then later, I thought, well, if supplements can do that for me, how much more would healthy food do for me? And I was eating things I didn't even know were not food. And so that's one of the things that I bring, explaining the difference between what is food and what is not. We grew up, as our parents fed us, and they learned from their parents, and all of us have made mistakes, me included. And I've had people in my life that came to me and said, do you eat this? And I said, yeah, I like it. They were like, well, it's not food. So I looked into it and did a little research and found out they were correct. So for a lot of years now, I have, changed my lifestyle. Not just my diet. I started with the diet, but I've changed my lifestyle as well. And the people that have discovered this have also changed their lifestyle and we change our thinking so that we can get into the right mindset for being good to ourselves. We all want to be good to ourselves, right? So we don't want to do things that are going to be damaging to us. I've known people, that were 10 years younger and actually looked 10 years older than me, just because they did not treat themselves well. So that's what it's about, being good to ourselves. And that's what Chewgle is here to bring. And that's the vision I hold. So as I explore more and I learn more as far as what to put on the blog and the vlog, I'm going to, add those things. And I'm still learning all the time, all of us are. And so I want to share that knowledge. I'm working on a lot of different ideas that are going to benefit you, that are going to help in your lifestyle and your diet, so that you understand the difference between what is food and what is not food, and why. Not just saying eat this but don't eat that. I'm going to explain why, and some of my articles already do that are on the blog. So I'm starting off with a few little things. In time, it'll grow as I'm able to spend more time with it. Right now, I'm in a learning progress, and through at least one of the affiliate programs I'm involved in that supplies me with information and links and things, I'm going through a little bit of a training course because I want to better equip myself in order that I can equip you with things of value, with food, good food, where to get it, what kind to get, and et cetera, and why. Just as an example, I'll bring to you some of the little details about what is better, what is acceptable, and what is bad. All right, a lot of people think they go into a store and they buy organic food, they're doing well. Well, in comparison to the alternative, you are. But understand also, I'll give you a little deeper insight, that just because it's organic does not mean it's healthy. Okay? Because there are things you can eat that are labeled organic that actually are not food, and people think they are. So these are some of the things that I'm going to bring. The ideal is to grow your own organic food. The main part of your diet should consist of raw fruit and vegetables. Yesterday I had a nice, huge, mostly organic salad, because I don't have 100% organic here. I'd love to be able to afford to buy all that, and hopefully eventually I will, as I do more, and some of my interests bring a little more money. I'll be able to do that, because but also organic has to be coupled with kosher. If it's not kosher, you could be eating something that's bad for you, even though it's labeled organic. So that's a little bit of insight. So growing your own is the best. Raw fruit and vegetable. You need that every day. One of the ways I get a good amount of fruit is I drink a lot of water every day, and I'll put sliced lemon in there, squeeze it right in there, and drop the slices of lemon right in the water, and I carry a water bottle, seal top, and shake that so it gets as much juice out of that lemon as I can get, and that's what I drink throughout the day. I don't drink things where you dump sugar in it. I've got some sugar here. I haven't used it in years. The only reason I keep it around is somebody came over and really wanted sugar. Okay, here's some here. Knock yourself out. White cane sugar is not real good for you, and I'll get into some of that later and why. But just to give you a general idea about what I've learned, what I bring, hopefully this will help you to realize more also. Like I say, the ideal is to grow your own organic fruits and vegetables, and there's nothing wrong with meat, by the way, but it can be bad for you if you eat too much. You don't need much meat every day. Maybe quarter to a half a pound at the most, I would say. And it can be, some of these things are variables that can depend, on your size and stuff. I mean, of course, if you got a guy that's like 5 feet tall versus a guy that's 7 feet tall, your intake's going to be different throughout the day. So that's understandable and kind of a no-brainer. So these are some of the things. One of the things I do buy some canned organic soup. Now that's not the ideal, but it's still far better than the alternative. And the reason I do it, because I'm a pretty busy guy. I'm working a full-time job, plus I'm working at home part-time, and I'm looking at, possibly a 60-hour week or more, depending. So the canned organic soups work real well for me for lunch. I take a food thermos with me, and I just heat that stuff in the morning, dump it in there, and go to work. And I take some crackers with that. They are kosher crackers. I'll get into some of that. Most of your saltine crackers are kosher. And you'll see on the package, you'll see a little circle with a U in it. That's one of the indicators that it's kosher, or it will say parv, P-A-R-V. So that's how you know that it's kosher. Usually kosher means clean. It doesn't. The kosher label's got a little far-fetched where, the food is blessed by a rabbi or something like that. Okay, that doesn't always necessarily mean it's kosher just because it's blessed by a rabbi. Kosher food has to be kosher in and of itself. It has to actually be edible food. For example, with vegetables and fruit, it has to be an herb-bearing seed. That's kosher. Also, the other thing, let's say you get a bag of frozen vegetables that you bought at the store that are organic. It can't have any bugs in it, because we can't eat bugs. Unless it has what are they? Crickets. Crickets are actually edible, and it's surprises a lot of people when I tell them that. You can eat those things? Well, they're supposed to be edible. So that's as far as bugs, I have to get a little more information on that as to why. So I'll research a bit more on that. Locusts, things like that, are actually edible. I watched a guy eat one time, and we don't normally do it, so it seemed weird. It was back in high school, and you fried it up a little bit and put that thing down. A little unusual, but oh well. And concerning meat, for that to be food, for it to be edible, the animal needs to split the hoof and chew the cud. This is what makes meat edible. What makes it food. Pork is very bad for you. Pork is not food. Pig splits the hoof but does not chew the cud. And they're pretty much scavengers. Pork is actually bad for you. I've been reading reports that show that it's a huge cause of, heart disease and heart attacks, among us, especially in the United States. One of the guys at work that has been helping me for the last week or so, I talked to him a little bit about that, about the pork and stuff. And he says, I learned that a while back. He says, you're exactly right. And what happened to him was he really liked, I think it was some kind of pork and rice that he used to eat. And he'd gone to the doctor because he had some, physical problems, health problems. And he told him, the doctor, would he been eating stuff like that? The doctor says, quit eating that pork. It's just terrible for you. And so he learned that. And when he quit eating that, he felt tons better. So, people eat that stuff because it tastes good. So we cheat ourselves and we fail when we base what we eat just on taste or sight, okay? So we have to have knowledge. Knowledge is far more important than just using our senses to discern, okay? And this is one of the key things that I'll bring here. And so I hope as I do more here and, this work grows, I have, just this morning, I just registered a couple more domains for Chewgle with other top-level domains. I have several things in place. If you want to work at home and start your own blog or whatever you want to do, I started putting some links up to the web hosting provider that I use, and they will actually give you free web hosting for an entire year and a free WordPress installation on your site. No charge. There's a little bit of money you have to spend. You will either have to transfer a domain or register one. And there's a tiny setup fee. They do that for security purposes, so the spam bots don't come in and just, get a bunch of space. Oh, just, web hosting account. Okay. There is some accountability with that. So, but it's still a great value. You're looking at just one domain for the year and a $1 setup cost to start your own business online. This company is just having faith in a lot of people that's saying, hey, we know this is happening on today's internet. Let's help a few people. We're not worried about it because they're big enough that they can do this. So that's one of the things. And there's a link on Chewgle.com. But as we go, I'll explain more. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and keep coming back and watching more. And hopefully this will be a great blessing to you, and you will gain more through time as we interact with one another.